the way they approach things, the way they approach people. I'm not saying better or worse, they're just completely different. Whereas Mike Johnson has aligned himself with his power, his survival as speaker relies on Trump, and it's not the same for
And Trump had a lot of, frankly, praise for Johnson.
What is he not going to praise him for, right? You know, like.
But I'm just saying, it's by one or two votes, and if you press on the idea, well, if they lose the majority, he should be the minority leader. So I haven't heard of anybody that would want to run, and I wanted to say, well, I have, sir.
Listen, the thing is, we talk about this all the time. Thune says no to Trump because he has to, because he doesn't have the votes, and Trump doesn't like that. And I know Thune talks to Susie Wiles all the time, talks to everybody he can at the White House, talks to Vance, he talks to James Gray, he talks to everybody he can at the White House. But Trump doesn't want to hear no. He's the president. He doesn't want to hear no. Presidents don't like the vote. That's how they end up as president.
Right, and I will say, it's interesting, and it's an interesting point in time, and we should put a pin in this, right? That he says Johnson should be the minority leader. That is a very impactful statement, because if Johnson loses the majority, there will be people who will want to kick him out of that spot.
Well, we've written about it, yeah, because we, personally, you and I, we've had these conversations, different things, so I think Jim Jordan was minority leader, yeah. Or Scalise, but I think more likely than
You also need a fighter when you're in the minority. I mean, the Jim Jordan, I mean, that is the politics that would just, whereas Mike Johnson wants to be the loyal
But I will say this, I just had a conversation with somebody in Johnson World about this week, as we've had this, slow house period, although it's not a slow Senate period, that this person said to me, well, remember, Mike Johnson was the guy, impeachment, who was fighting back on judiciary as well. So it was a firebrand. I would actually make the argument.
And January 6th, remember, he was the one who, wanted to challenge the certification.
And as we'll say, maybe we have it wrong. Maybe being speaker is actually the stretch for Mike Johnson and not being the fire thrower. I hadn't thought about it in those terms. I don't know if they're interested. We haven't discussed this internally, but
little drink